what's Blackadelic? That's when your cash is feeling fast and your ass is smelling. Can't you tell it's bad when you grab your head and feel pain in your back and belly? I would take it back.
Yo, peace and life, family. Welcome to the Vain Verdict. Yeah, let's see what we got. Let's go over here and get it jumped off over here. Let's see. Yeah, family, we'll get it going in 1 second. Welcome everybody to it. Along my YouTube family, we're gonna go over here. We gotta get our Blog Talk Radio family on the line with us. You dig? We're gonna do it like that. It's time to start over there. Let's get it going. See what we're gonna do. First time doing them both together. I did a little practice run earlier and it was great, so shouldn't be an issue. Should be able to just go on straight in. Let's see, Unchained. You know what I mean?
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Yeah, peace and life, family. Everybody get on in. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourself a round of applause for being who you are, family. No, you know what? That one for you. That was for the Creator for allowing us to see another day. This time, give yourself a round of applause, family. And we're going to do it just like that. I want to thank each and every last one of y'all for tuning in to the Vain Verdict podcast. Salute all our Anchor FM family. Salute to Blog Talk Radio family. Radio Public, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Google Podcasts, Spotify listeners, everywhere. Salute to the YouTube family. Salute every last one of y'all. Everybody that's live right now on our Zoom. Salute every last one of y'all. Welcome to the Vain Verdict family. Brought to you by, of course, Blackadelic Entertainment. Y'all go and support Blackadelic Entertainment. Our official, web page is up, lunch right now. Go support, find out everything about us, everything we got going on. We do a music, media, and film. Come get the representation and exposure you deserve, family. Y'all go to blackadelicentertainment.com right now. It's BLACKADELICENT.com, family. And check it out, man. See what you can do from there. What we doing? What else we got? What do we got? Something else I supposed to been pushing a ton of y'all. It's a lot, got a lot going on right now. It's Juneteenth, family. This is Unchained. Um, As y'all already know, it's Unchained. So everybody that's listening right now, if you want to come into the live, into the Zoom live, that's fine. You can just go to, again, Blackadelicentertainment.com, any one of the social medias in the Zoom, or just go straight to Zoom meeting, search Blackadelic ENT, period. It should pop up, family, and then you be right up in here, and we get you up in this thing, man. We have a conversation about it if we see fit, if, have time to squeeze it in and take it that direction. The setup, I know y'all know setup is different. I had to move some things around, so I'm up here and I had to come up in the room and set everything up to get everything going to try to see what we can do with this. So salute each and every last one of y'all for for checking in with us here at Van Verdict. Family, we all know what the climate is. What the climate is right now, Wait a minute, I want to pull something else up. So let me see. Let me see. So I'm recording, so I don't want to do that. I am recording this on both, again, on the podcast and on live as well. But so a lot of the things that I be going through in the presentation, of course, for my listeners, I will just speak through, of course, and we'll get it done like that, family. But again, man, how's everything? How's everybody been? Especially here on Blog Talk. The Blog Talk family, I don't feel like I neglected y'all a little bit, but we still here. We still going in. Still doing. I had to, again, reconstruct some things. I've been, this quarantine and, take advantage of that. Allow me to, upgrade, a lot of equipment or whatever. And spirit is definitely moving, man. Things are definitely moving in a positive direction. You know what I mean? So, and and then now the part is just getting to learning to use a lot of the stuff. So, and again, I'm doing, because I want the audio to be clear for those that's on listening through the podcast and not just watching through live here with the Zoom meeting. Salute, I see y'all, or watching it on YouTube tomorrow or next day or whatever. So I wanted to do that just to make sure that things were looking up for that. My family, y'all already know it's Juneteenth, family. It's Juneteenth. It's a celebration, if you would. It's a day that holds it holds a lot of historical significance on a couple of parts, and that's what I wanted to get into tonight. Have a conversation about tonight. And this conversation that I want to take to is just I don't think a lot of us actually know or realize the origins of Juneteenth. A lot of us, I see out here, we jump on, we do a lot of bandwagon, a bandwagon, hotel bandwagon, if you will. People that's not even readily familiar with what exactly Juneteenth is about, and the origins of so I felt like it was important, imperative that we did go into that. You know what I mean? So this episode is titled Unchained. What is Juneteenth? As we out here celebrating Juneteenth today, 19th day into this month. People all over. You look at your black social media is crazy right now, and even a lot of the bigger corporations, are joined in. And I had put the post up on Instagram, quote my brother Tariq. Could this be the great Black Panther? I mean, that's exactly what I see. It's definitely a lot of pandering going on. You know what I mean? So in order to understand what Juneteenth, what Juneteenth is and what Juneteenth is about, we have to understand the Emancipation Proclamation Act. Let me move me out of the way. I don't know if y'all see me, but we have to understand the Emancipation Proclamation Act. Um, because a lot of people I see here going around, people saying that Juneteenth was about the freeing of slaves in 1865. But when you actually understand the true history of that, you have to go into that a little more. Now, it says President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1, 1863, as the nation approached its third year of bloody civil war. The proclamation declared that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforth shall be free. And of course, that includes, and it goes on. You can look it up yourself and read them. Now I'm going to, but was the gist of it. Now, again, this is interesting. The proclamation, again, he issued on January the 1st of 1863. Now, this, I guess you would say holiday, if you will, that we're celebrating is June 19th, 1865. And that's important for a couple of reasons. Now, you have to wonder, like, what was going on in between that time that, why did it take so long for Texas to be, the word to get down to Texas, did it really take that long? Now we have to understand, and I'm gonna go back because I don't want to drift too far into this because I'm specifically talking about Juneteenth and the celebration of it. But we really need to understand the Emancipation Proclamation and why that even took place. Why did Abraham Lincoln feel the need to free slaves after slaves had been, the norm? I guess you might as well say it was the norm, for so much time, at that time. So that's something that people really need to be interested in. I don't want to go into it now because it'd be real interesting. A lot of people, I don't think a lot of us will, be so celebratory or, adhere to this day or this thing and think so much of it. And it's like that for a reason, you know what I mean? And we'll get into that. We'll get into that soon. But even in the Emancipation Proclamation, right? Now this is the Emancipation part that still stands, to this day. And there was a major called General Gordon Granger, who was sent to Texas in 1865. That's when he made it on June 19th, and to deliver the general order to the government of Texas, because Texas was one of 10 rebellious states, the last of 10 rebellious states that refused to free their slaves, right? So, of course, Lincoln and the administration sent Major General Gordon Granger down to Texas with the General Order number 3. And I meant to pull that up, but I forgot to pull it up. But again, it was just more so reiterating what the Emancipation Proclamation was, that all the slaves would be considered free now, and properties between slaves now would be settled, things like that. Now, what's very interesting about this, Gordon Granger doing this, and hitting things into this, which would go into why, which would actually go into why they abolished slavery in the first place. But a lot of people don't know that that General Gordon Granger stayed in Texas, through the remainder of the summer to try to convince a lot of the slaves to stay on the plantations or so forth as laborers, right? So that's very important to know that, that why would he do that, right? Because it wasn't really a difference. So, and and a lot of the black people like, yo, fuck that, man. I'm not staying. A lot of people didn't stick around to see, where Texas would come about, what would come out of Texas. So a lot of them moved north, and therefore to, explore life as a free person now. So, and I thought that was really important to note. And a lot of, as blacks became, homeowners, they kept the June 19th celebration in Texas. It happened in Galveston, actually. Not in Galveston, but it was in Galveston. I'm sorry, but a lot of people, kept the celebration going, throughout the course of the years. And what was interesting that a lot of, the white community, a lot of communities didn't allow the June 19th celebration in their communities. So, a lot of the, black people that were still celebrating were forced to go a lot to the rural areas and woods and shit like that. And to the churches, because the churches was always safe havens, because the local government, they were exempt from taxing a lot of rules. So the churches was always good safe havens and woods and shit, much like we do a lot of barbecues and cookouts now. That none of that, a lot of that shit ain't changed. A lot of the behavior that we carry on now, we learned then, and it transformed into a lot of stuff. But that also is something else that I want to tackle at another date. But in a lot of the when a lot of the black people became wealthy, more wealthier, toward the late 1800s, and going into the early 1900s, they still celebrated, and they adhered to the the uh the Juneteenth holiday. In fact, in 1862, black reverend by the name of Reverend Yates, he helped raise $1,000 that got the 10 acres of land that is now, branded Emancipation Park, which is what we see here on the screen there. And that's important because that Emancipation Park that the people developed, that was the only city park that black people were allowed to go in Texas, all the way up until 1939. So from 1872 all the way till 1939, that was the only park they were able to go in, because in 1939, of course, that's when a park by the name of Finnegan Park was built in Texas. So, and I thought that was very interesting to know. And even a lot of us going into, and even through our history, in the 1960s, the civil rights era, tried to, I guess you could say, um, rebirth, rebirth, so to speak, African American studies and histories and things of that nature. So they were real interested in going back into the studies of Juneteenth. But the reason in the 1900s, the knowledge of Juneteenth, that whole, a lot of this, it um, school happened, plus the depression, led a lot of the countryside people that celebrated a lot the Great Depression in the 30s, allow people to, had to go into the cities, and to find work and find jobs. And that was not a federal celebrated holiday at the time. So, a lot of the white, company owners or whatever didn't give them the day off. So, of course, eventually it dwindled. And again, the schooling, the kids were sent to school instead of homeschool. So you didn't know about, a lot of our history or our traditions, which goes on today. It's even worse now. And it's by design. Now it's a lot of you have to send the kids to school. But that's something else we'll touch. But yeah, they didn't send them to school. So, knowledge of this, that is, kind of out the window. And it wasn't until, January the 1st, 1980, when state representative by the name of Al Edwards, declared Juneteenth a state holiday. So, the bush. So another Juneteenth. So that's the overall brief, the short version of why we celebrate Juneteenth. But another great Juneteenth day comes to mind, family. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma, June 1st, 1921. 1921. So in the Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was founded and developed by African Americans in 1906. It was former Indian territory, but they had built it. And it's, again, is um, after 1906, so we're 30, 40 years after slavery, when blacks were beginning to accumulate wealth and develop, you know, things for themselves, and develop their own communities. And Tulsa, Oklahoma was one of those communities in the Greenwood district, specifically in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But it was a population of about, at the time, about 10,000 African Americans, and they, you know, was so prosperous in creating their own businesses and clothing shops and theaters, and it was then dubbed as, you know, Black Wall Street. And what ended up happening, they became so successful, they became their own stable financial hub, able to operate, you know, and stand on their own, you know, as a city or community. So of course that, you know, would piss off, you know, a lot of the status quo or whatever. So wait, let's go. Moving too fast. All right. So let's see. Okay, here we go. So I want to talk about this Tulsa a little bit, right? Now, a lot of people don't know what actually caused the Tulsa massacre. So I did, you know, I did this little slide, you know, putting this up to, and I'm gonna read this to, of course, all my family that's checking in. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in to the Vain Verdict podcast. Um, Thank everybody tuning into the Vain Verdict podcast, everybody on Blog Talk Radio, everybody on Anchor FM, everybody on Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Over Podcasts, Pocket Cast. Salute to each and every last one of you. Do me a favor, everybody on YouTube, hit that like if you haven't. Hit that subscribe to get the algorithm going. That help us out a great deal over here. I need every last one of you, no matter what you're doing, you listening, no matter whether you're listening or watching. I need you to go visit our official website, Blackadelicentertainment.com, family. Blackadelicentertainment.com. A lot of info updates on sweepstakes and giveaways we got coming up. If you're an actor, singer, actress, whatever you do, send your information in and somebody will get back to you. Big. Now, back to what we doing at hand, right? What caused the Tulsa race massacre, right? Dig this. On May 30th, 1921, a young black teenager named Dick Rowland entered an elevator at the Drexel Building, an office building on South Main Street. At some point after that, the young white elevator operator, Sarah Page, screamed. Rowland fled the scene. The police were called the next morning. They arrested Rowland. By the time the rumors of what supposedly happened on the elevator had circulated through the city's white community, a front page story of Tulsa Tribune, the afternoon reported that police had arrested Rowland for sexually assaulting Page. Now, the reason I got it like this in the tell out because I want y'all to go check the facts and, you know, do your fact checking and all of that. Now, as evening fell, an angry white mob was gathering outside the courthouse, demanding the sheriff hand over Rowland. Sheriff Willard McCullough refused, and his men barricaded the top floor to protect the black teenager. Now, around 9 p.m., a group of about 25 armed black men, including many World War I veterans, went to the courthouse to offer help guarding Rowland. After the sheriff turned them away, some of the white mob tried unsuccessfully to break into the National Guard armory nearby. With rumors still flying of a possible lynching, a group of around 75 armed black men returned to the courthouse shortly after 10 p.m., where they were met by some 1,500 white men, some who also carried weapons. Now, after shots were fired and chaos broke out, the outnumbered group of black men retreated to Greenwood. Over the next several hours, groups of white Tulsans, some of who were deputized and given weapons by city officials, committed numerous acts of violence against black people, including shooting an unarmed man in the movie theater. The false belief that a large-scale insurrection among black Tulsans was underway, including reinforcements from nearby towns and cities with large African-American populations, fueled the growing hysteria. As dawn broke on June 1st, thousands of white citizens poured into the Greenwood district, looting and burning homes and businesses over an area of 35 city blocks. Firefighters who arrived to help put out fires later testified that rioters had threatened them with guns and forced them to leave. According to a later Red Cross estimate, some 1,256 houses were burned. 215 others were looted but not torched. 2 newspapers, a school, a library, a hospital, churches, hotels, stores, and many other black-owned businesses were among the buildings destroyed or damaged by the fire. Damn. Now, by the time the National Guard arrived and Governor Robinson had declared martial law shortly before noon, the riot had effectively ended. Though guardsmen helped put out, and there's some ironic shit, all this shit going, they done burned down this whole goddamn town. And by the time this motherfucker get the information out, they was gone. But though guardsmen helped put out fires, they also imprisoned many black Tulsans, and by June 2nd, some 6,000 people were under armed guard at the local fairgrounds. In the hours after the Tulsa Race Massacre, all charges against Dick Rowland were dropped. The police concluded that Rowland had most likely stumbled into Paige or stepped on her foot. Kept safely under guard in the jail during the riot till he left Tulsa the next morning and reportedly never returned. The official tally of deaths in the massacre was 36 people killed, including 10 white people. Even by that estimate, which historians now consider much too low, and I don't agree with that at all. The Tulsa Race Massacre stood as one of the deadliest riots in U.S. history, behind the New York draft riots of 1863, which killed at least 119 people. Now, in the years to come, as black Tulsans work to rebuild their ruined homes and businesses, segregation in the city only increased, and Oklahoma's new established and branch of the KKK grew strength. New blackout for decades. There were more public ceremonies, memorials for the dead, and many efforts. There were no public ceremonies, memorials for the dead, or any efforts to commemorate the events of May 31st to June 1st. Instead, there was deliberate effort to cover them up, and they have been successful with that throughout time. But now, with the Juneteenth, right, my thing to my family, we need to be pushing this out more. We need to be all on top of this thing a little more, family. We need to be, this shit need to be brought to the light, because here's the thing with me. Here's the thing. What we doing like now, trying to hold all these cops and all these motherfuckers accountable. Trying to hold all these motherfuckers accountable for this dumb shit, right? And cause I'm wondering like how far back are we willing to go? You know, to punish people, like, cause see the thing is, like, the system isn't going anywhere. Like I said, and I say again and again, family, you can cut limbs off, but until we tackle this thing from the root, we're gonna forever have these problems. This is systemic racism. It's systemic overt racism, meaning there's a system in place. This shit is designed to do exactly what it's doing. And they ain't missed the fucking beat yet, family. They ain't missed the fucking beat yet. No, they ain't missed the goddamn beat. And and then, you know, and then, but that, and that's Juneteenth. So, you know, I want to make sure, you know, we know exactly, you know, what we'll be celebrating. So I'm hoping that this would have been informative to some, you know, things you didn't know. There's a little something you wanted to brush up on. And so that's something with that, right? Before I get out of here, before I get ready to bounce out, right? See, it's a lot of y'all ain't gonna make the calls, man. Ain't gonna make the cut. Cause see, the thing is, there's a revolution that's happening. There's a revolution about to happen, and like that fucking playtime is over. There's certain warriors that we need on the team. Y'all really understand what 10,000 fearless means, what 10,000 fearless stands for. You need to understand exactly what 10,000 fearless is about. Cause see, you gotta be a stand-up man, a stand-up warrior to walk in the light, in this light, guys. Listen, there's a pussy ass nigga out here named by the name of fucking Skeeter Mills. New York nigga, I don't know where the fuck this pussy from. I don't know where the fuck this pussy from. I don't know where to put the pussy from. But I tell you what, I got something for you, Scooter. Cause see, I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see this pussy. I want y'all to see this whole ass nigga. I really want y'all. I want y'all to see this whole ass nigga here. Cause see, one thing about this shit, a lot of these niggas wear these chains, man, and see, having daughters, man, being the father of daughters, man, y'all ain't, man, hold on. I'm trying to find this, y'all. I want y'all to see this shit. I really want y'all to see this shit. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this kind of shit up. You can't make it up. Hold on, let me. Record. I know I got it on. I know I got it. I know I got it. Sorry for the delay, fam. I'm trying to find this. I had it locked in. I had the shit saved, and then I wanted to show to the family this fuck shit that this whole ass nigga did, man. Whole ass nigga did some shit. I ain't got no respect for it. I don't look. I don't have respect for niggas. None. I don't have respect for you. And bro, you look, I can't find what I'm looking for. But anyway, this young lady, this nigga by the name was fucking Skeeter Mills. Shit this young man did to a young lady, man. He hit her. They was saying on a report that I had read saying that a young lady rejected him. He was trying to, I don't know if he was trying to holler at a chick or whatever, and the young lady rejected him. And in his response to the young lady rejecting him, this whole ass nigga, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait, okay, they don't want to play it. Hold up. I got y'all right now. So, Blog Talk family, y'all be able to check it. You can view it on the YouTube if y'all haven't seen it yet, but you'll be able to check it out on YouTube. Of course, obviously, because you ain't on the live now. But I want y'all to see this shit. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. Yeah, I heard the girl say, and this whole ass nigga named Skeeter Mills, man. This bitch ass nigga named fucking Skeeter Mills. Weak ass nigga. I nigga, look, man, look, y'all, man. See, we can't, it's a lot of shit I can't go for a lot of shit, y'all. A lot of shit I can't go for, fam. A lot of shit I can't go for. A lot of shit I ain't gonna be able to go for with y'all, man, because this shit here, the no respect. Look, women, black woman, I got you, family. It's some real stand-up motherfuckers that feel like me that's gonna run into your ass. If I ever get to run into you, I'm one of them type. I'm a type like that, bro. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bro. I feel you. That's how I feel about my women. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. That's how I feel about mine. Now, and I don't know what you could tell me this motherfucker did to justify you hitting this bitch. This just I look at it. See, you hitting this fool in the face with a skateboard. You gotta be stronger than that, bro. Probably not. Probably not at all, man. You probably just know the one that we nigga. I'm pretty sure that's what you are. It's obvious. Keep spinning much closer while the world keep turning on me. All my Zoom family. No Zoom family. I don't know. Can y'all? I don't know. Can y'all hear the music? I don't know. I muted the microphone on the podcast. How you do that? Play a little music for the sponsors. I don't know if y'all hear the music. So, if y'all hear me at all, I'm really hoping y'all hear me this whole time. I'm hoping y'all don't heard me. So, chat there. Yes, family. Follow Blackadelic Entertainment. Salute. Salute for all your support. Salute all your love. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So we are casting or open casting call on Blackadelic Entertainment. Looking for all types, all actors, all genres. It's got numerous of projects that we're working on, about getting ready to get started as soon as this thing opened up. So I suggest everybody, y'all go ahead and take advantage. Send 1 to 3 minute monologues. Include all your information, headshots if you have them. It's not really a big deal if you don't, because that's what we do over here. We like to build at Blackadelic Entertainment. We like to help create each other, you know what I mean? Like to help watch each other back. You know, I help you, you help me, right? Easiest way to do it. I help you, you help me, of course. So again, family, blackadelicentertainment.com, calling all actors, actresses, all writers, screenwriters, directors, producers, promoters, musicians, singers, rappers, dancers, models, photographers, videographers, whatever you do, if you just somebody that got love for the art, family, you just want to chime in to say kudos. Hit Blackadelic Entertainment family. Check out everything. Send your messaging in. That's your link to everything, even right here on the Vein Verdict podcast. Everywhere that our podcast is streamed at, it take you straight. Upcoming project we got working on called Master Series that feeling real good about is everything's coming along. Feel free to support, donate, family, PayPal me /the Vein Verdict or PayPal me /Blackadelic Entertainment. You can Cash App if you need. That's great. $ Blackadelic ENT. Um, Family, that's what it is. Again, y'all be safe out there. Stay focused. Stay home if you can. Stay quarantined. It is what it is. If not, stay masked up. Stay prayed up. And we're going to touch y'all again, man. Again, salute to everybody checking in. It's the Vein Verdict podcast, family. But wait, that ain't how we go out. See, it been so long since I did but shit. Salute to everybody, man.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.